Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat. Today I'm really excited because we've got the PO-20 Arcade, which is a pocket operator from Teenage Engineering, much like all of the other ones that I use on this channel. This guy is modeled after like classic 80s arcade sounds and like chiptune stuff, so I really like it. It's one of my favorites. It also has a really cool chord feature that we're going to get into pretty soon here. So I figured, since this, in my opinion, is the most complete pocket operator out of the box in terms of making a whole track, I figured we'd just make a whole track on it rather than jam. So there's going to be a little more talking in this one. Hopefully my voice holds up. I'm still not feeling so hot, but I don't have a fever, so no coronavirus comments. Yeah, I figured let's just lay something down and see what we can make happen. So what's kind of unique on this one is that the drum kit is not like in a slot. You just have a slot for the kick, snare, hi-hat, and some other kind of sounds. I believe this one, if we turn the knob, yeah, you can actually, I don't know if you can see that. When you turn this knob here, you can actually change the pitch of that tone. So this is one of the few pocket operators that shows you the pitch you're on when you're changing, when you're changing your leads and stuff like that. So that's really cool, and it makes it a lot easier to work on. So let's just lay down a really basic drum pattern, like how about like that? So we're on a blank pattern. We're going to go to right mode. We're going to select the bass drum. We're going to put it right there. Whoop, that's not how this pocket operator works. We're going to click sound and then select the bass drum. Then we're going to go doon, da, doon, ga. So let's do that. And going to turn off right mode. With right mode, you can see it's on, now it's off, now it's on, now it's off. So pretty simple. So now we're going to select the snare drum. Put it right there. So now it's awfully slow, so we're going to hold BPM, and then, whoop, too fast. We're going to turn the right knob, 111, 112, there we go. Now let's get a hi-hat in there, and we can actually play the hi-hat in real time. So we're going to hold right, and then play the hi-hat. There we go. And we can actually, we'll stop that for a second, we can record the, just like any other pocket operator, we can record parameters in real time and change them. So I want the second hi-hat hit, the unch-catch, I want that kind of sound. So we're going to open it up a little bit, and yeah, I'm actually just going to play the whole, we're going to select the hi-hat sound, and this one right here, I'm going to hold right. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And now let's get a bass line. How the bass works, everything is tied on this pocket operator around the chord button. So you hold the chord button down, and then each of the 16 pads represents a chord. I actually, up on my computer screen, have all the chords. Teenage Engineering's website has them all right there. And so the bass will just follow the root note of whatever chord we're on. And we chain chords just like we chain patterns on pocket operators. So you hold it down. Then, for instance, 2 is E minor, so we'll go 2 E minor, and then 15 is, 16 is D. So then we'll do 2 D. So now it'll go between E minor and D. And all the other toned pitches will also follow whatever key you're in. So it's really hard to make something that sounds bad. So let's, for the bass, let's just go da 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 da. So you heard it scoop from E up to D there. So now what's really interesting and really neat about this is if we hold the chord button while it's playing and turn the left knob, it'll bring in a chord. And the chord will follow, whatever chords we set. But if you turn the right knob, it'll kind of give it like a side chain effect, like it'll kind of pump it in and out. So let's try that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get that side chain. So you can hear right off the bat, we are cooking with a pretty nice little progression. So what's really cool is we can actually chain as many chords as we want. Really, I believe it's 128 chords, same as the amount of patterns, 128. So that's quite a bit. So if we had another instrument to solo over the top of this, that'd be pretty easy. Unfortunately, I don't have my NTS1 set up anywhere near. So we're going to do it all on here. So we're going to copy this pattern, and we're going to copy it into 4 slots, and we're going to write a melody. So I don't know if you guys can really see this, but we've got the notes listed up top. So we're going to punch in a melody and try to come up with something fun. So we're going to do it in real time, I think. You can punch it in step by step, but it's kind of a pain. So instead, we're going to chain all 4 patterns together, and we're still going to chain 2 measures of E minor, 2 measures of D major, and I'm just going to play some rhythms that sound good. So now that doesn't sound too good, it's all the same note, but we can actually visit the pattern and select that sound. That sound. And there we can see lit up our steps, and we can hold down each one of those individually and change them to whatever we would like with this the left knob here. So we're going to start with we'll start with a E, why not, on the root, and then we'll go to a G, and then an E again. Let's listen to this. There we go. We'll go to our second pattern, and then we'll go to a G, and then how about let's go to an A. Nope, to an A. There we go. Let's listen to these 2 so far together. Oh, this clearly registered as an F instead of a G. Come on. It's very touchy. There we go. Now let's listen. Cool. So I want this to be another A. So da 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 da. Okay. And then we'll go back down to G. Maybe. There we go. And then back down to E. We don't want to skip, or we want to skip F because the next chord we're going to is D major, and of course the third of that is an F sharp rather than F natural. You still have kind of a difficult time playing sharps and flats on the individual notes on this, but you do have some fun chords like E, like an E, but the root is a G sharp. You've got like E sustained. You've got let's see here. You've got E minor. You've got D minor. Just a lot of white keys, but still they do throw you that G sharp with the E. So you can get creative. But let's listen to what we have so far. So now we'll go to our third pattern. And we'll go right here. Actually, we'll put one in right here, and we're going to go down to D. And then we're going to go to A. And then G. And then E. Let's just listen to that. Right now I'm just typing in random stuff because I don't know what I want to hear yet. I kind of like that twice. So let's do those 3 patterns. And remember, chaining chords are independent from chaining patterns. So if we go our first pattern, our second pattern, then our third pattern twice, it's still going to play all 4 of our chords. So it's still going to do 2 measures of E minor and then 2 measures of D major. So let's play. Cool, so I like that a bit. So now let's kind of resolve that phrase. So we'll go up. So this will become, let's see, we're in D and A. Then, how about, well, that's as high as we can go. Let's see what we're sounding like for our second time through. Okay. Let's go down to A. So now it'll sound like this all together. So 1, 2, and then the second one twice, and then 1, 2, and then the third one twice. So here we go. And then it repeats. So let's listen to it with some chords here. So what I was doing there's a really cool effect. So just like all the other pocket operators, this is your effects button. You hold it down, and then all 16 pads become 16 different effects. Pad number 16 is this kind of rising arpeggio that will always end on the first, on a note in the key of the next measure on step 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So you can get some really cool effects out of that. But sound-wise, I always like to play some stuff in live. So like this sound here, you'll actually hear it shift between the keys of the or not the keys, between whatever chord we're on. So let's demonstrate that. So I'm not sure if you guys could tell, but it is shifting between playing notes in E minor and then playing notes in D major. So that's very, very cool. A couple other sounds do that too, and all the sounds are tweakable completely. then there's a bunch of other effects too. Now, the way the effects work on this one is kind of unique. Well, some are unique anyway. Some, like the arpeggio, when you hold chord or effect and press 16, it just does the rising arpeggio till the end of the measure, and then it's done. But other ones, like step 15, is kind of a stutter. You can just hold chord, press it once, and then take your hands off, and it'll keep playing. And it doesn't stop until you hold chord, or effect, sorry, and toggle it off. And yeah, once you toggle it off, then it goes back to normal. But you can actually toggle multiple effects at the same time. So check this out. So yeah, it's pretty neat, and there's some cool stuff. So let's just jam a bit, and we'll end the video then. And actually, to do that, I'm going to copy the pattern one more time, but we're going to go in and take out all the lead notes. So here we go. All right, there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed watching that one. Hopefully you learned something. The arcade is really sweet. These guys are so cheap. They're like $60. And one thing to keep in mind is we only used 4 chords, and we only used 4 patterns. 5 patterns if you count the intro. These 4 up here are for a track for The Mechanist, which is my album coming out somewhat soon. But yeah, this thing is amazing. I love it. I can't wait to jam on other... like with the Monotron delay with this, or the NTS-1, and get some stuff going. Playing some leads over those like classic chord tracks are going to be awesome, like on an actual keyboard. So yeah, holy crap, we're almost at 20 minutes. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you made it through the video the entire way, thank you. You guys are awesome. And yeah, give it a thumbs up if you liked it. You can dislike it too. That's okay. Won't hurt my feelings. Either way, be sure to click subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.